Hey guys, what is up? It is Raul here today, also known as RSD Coach. And what I want to do is I'm really excited to talk about and launching Project Lean. What I'm going to talk about here is just the 7 step weight loss formula that I've created that has helped me coach and train a lot of my clients who've been really successful at losing weight. So I'm not going to take too much of your time, and I really appreciate if you're listening to this. So, how to lose weight in 7 steps. First of all, who am I? My name is Raul. I'm a weight loss coach. I've owned 2 gyms over the past 10 years. I've coached well over 1,000 clients. A lot of the two of the gyms that I owned were CrossFit gyms. I myself have lost 40 kilos. I've had over 40 clients who've also lost 40 kilos in the past 10 years. And then, so many who've lost 30 kilos, 20 kilos, and like hundreds who've lost, between 4 and 8 kilos. So I've had experience with people who've had major life transformations. So I figured out exactly what works. And, I've taken everything that doesn't work out of this formula to just make it just down to the bare bone basics. It's really simple to follow. What I'm going to do next, I'm just going to quickly talk to you about some of my clients. So over here, who I'm demonstrating is Daniel. Daniel's probably one of every single client that I'm going to show you here, I'm really proud of, but I'm probably the most proud of Daniel because he completely transformed his life. A lot of the times when we're looking to lose weight, we're not just looking to lose weight because we want to lose weight. We're looking to lose weight because we want to feel a certain way. We want to become more confident. We want to achieve other things outside of our life with that weight loss. And it's so good to see that Daniel was able to do all of those things. He went from the guy on the left-hand side who had low confidence, who had lots of ambitions, but was struggling to push through and actually commit to doing some of those things, to then the guy on the right-hand side who then not only lost over 20 kilos, pretty much got a six-pack, but he became a trainer. He started like a fitness business, and now he's been helping people, as a trainer himself, and helped so many people like go through that same journey that he did. And it's really cool to see that. So Daniel lost about 20 kilos in the first 18 months of training. He wasn't training like crazy. He was only training 2 to 3 times a week, but he put a huge focus and effort on calorie counting, and just tried to make sure that he just wasn't having too many extra beers on the weekend, but still having a few. So he didn't have like an extreme approach, which is kind of like my whole thing. It's not you don't need to have this extreme approach to get to your results. You need to find a formula, stick to it, and the results will come. Over here, we've got Kat. Kat's been like a really recent transformation that I've worked on. She's lost over 32 kilos in 18 months. You can see her on the left-hand side, and then over there on the right. Kat has two kids under the age of 3, and she averages 3 to 4 workouts per week, and has put a huge focus on calorie counting and just becoming more knowledgeable about nutrition to really help her get to that weight loss. So it's really cool here. What I really like about Kat is that she probably did train a bit more than Daniel did, but her transformation's been incredible, and she's become like such an incredible athlete. To see what she can do now versus what she could do before, it's really incredible. Like, she can now do pull-ups and handstands and all that sort of stuff that I think a lot of people want to do when they maybe feel a bit more overweight, and they maybe think of some of those movements as things that they'll never get to do. I know that that's how I felt when I was overweight myself. Then over here we have Jono. Jono lost over 40 kilos. Jono's incredible. His story is unreal. I'm probably the most proud of all the transformations from Jono because he became a complete athlete. And over there, we've got this really cute picture of when he was about 120 kilos, and then this picture on the right hand side from when he was about 80. He went from having a big belly to then being a CrossFit athlete, and he completely transformed his life. So step one, find out your why. Find out what's important to you. Why is important to your circle, so the people around you. Like, does the thing that why you're doing, does that align with the people around you? Why is it important to your career, and why is it important to your well-being? We need to understand why. If you don't know why you're on the journey that you're going on, then the chances of you sticking to it when it gets hard are going to be really low. At the end of the day, you need to understand why it is you're doing. And this is the first thing that I like to help people and work through with. So in Project Lean, the first thing we do on week 0, like through our consult, is just find out exactly why you're doing what you're doing. Like, let's figure out exactly what the goal is. So step 2, like I said, is we're going to set some goals. So once we understand your why, we're going to set goals from that point. So set a dream goal, set a daily goal, set a weekly goal, set a monthly goal, and set a 6-month goal. I like for people to have things that they can constantly look back on to see, am I on track or am I not on track, right? So, for example, like a lot of the goals that we set for people are going to be caloric or steps or things like that. So if you have something that you can go back to and take your feelings aside of how you're feeling about the journey, and you can be like, well, I've hit the goal for today, so I'm on track. That there is so key to helping people lose the weight. Step 3 is to learn how to track your calories. So I'm going to get you to download MyFitnessPal. You're going to be tracking your calories for a week, so you can understand like how you're eating. From there, like the next step in the formula is to create a small caloric deficit. So you need to create a deficit from your basal metabolic rate so that you can actually start utilizing some of those extra fat stores as your energy, which is then aka how weight loss occurs. I'm going to try and give you a deficit that's sustainable, but also going to give you results. And over time, we're going to increase that deficit so that you see more results. And that's a huge part that people struggle with. People sometimes, like, maybe you download, you use a calorie calculator, like the one I have on my website, and then you stick to that same caloric content all the time. The trick here really is to understand that over time, you're going to have to increase the caloric deficit. Step 4 is you're going to track your steps. I want you to realize how much you move in a day. I want you to be aware of how much more you could be moving. So, little things that you could be doing day by day to increase your steps. And then I'm going to ask you to try and implement a few strategies to increase your steps. A really basic place for most people to start is to try and increase your steps by 2,000 or 3,000 steps per day. The gold standard would be 10,000 steps for most people, but at the start you just need to increase those steps by 2,000 or 3,000. Step 5, you need to find a training program that you enjoy. This is what I really like to work with people like online is we can tailor the program exactly based on what sort of equipment you have, right? So if you're training at home, you would get a different program than somebody who is training, let's say at at a commercial gym, or somebody who's training at a functional fitness gym, or let's say you don't have any equipment. We can also work with that. Like, you just need to find the thing that you like doing, that you can follow, that doesn't take away too much from your life. And that then you that way you're looking forward to complete it. You need to start a little bit easier than you think you need to. Too many people, when they first start training, they start by doing a program that's too challenging for them, which is why they tend to fail. Step 6, you need to find a reliable way to measure your weight loss success. So utilizing things like scales, but if you don't like scales, you can also utilize things like body measurements. If you're going to use body measurements, I would suggest things like the chest, hips, thighs, stomach, and chest. We go through all of this in the 8-week Project Lean. Utilizing things like pant size or even like mirror images. All of these are good ways to see if you're losing weight. And I think it's good to have these check-ins and just find the check-in that you feel most comfortable with week by week. Step 7 is to set some physical goals and test and retest. These are some basic tests that I give people to do, but a 2-kilometer walk or run based on your fitness ability. Try and hold a 2-minute plank and see how long you can hold that plank for. Do 30 burpees for time, and or do a 2-kilometer row if you have access to a gym. These are all good things that you can test on week 0 and then retest at the end of week 8 to see how much you've improved. So we talked about all the tools that you need to lose weight, the 7-step formula essentially. All you're missing is accountability, right? And this is kind of why I've created the Project Lean program and why I've done so many weight loss challenges over the past. So in the past 10 years, I've probably run 2 to 4 weight loss challenges every year. So that's a lot, like it's over 30 or 40 of them. Let me help you. Join the 8-week transformation program. You're going to see results. If you don't see results and you don't feel that you got the value that I'm offering you ahead of time, then I'll give you your money back. Really simple like that. Starts 15th of August, so you've got a few weeks to get your mindset ready for us to have our Zoom call consultation where we sit down and we set some goals and we talk about exactly where you're at, what you're working with. It doesn't matter where you're working in the world. I'll make the time to sit down and talk with you, face to face via Zoom to figure out exactly what your goals are. Get in the best shape of your life. win $1,000 for the first prize. So I've got a few sponsors that are helping out with this challenge. So there's $1,000 up for grab. And if the idea of doing it in a group doesn't entice you, then you could also just work with me one-on-one online, which is another option. You could be one of the many transformations that you see here. Andy on the top left corner lost over 8 kilos. Meg at the bottom lost 4 kilos in 8 weeks. Susie there has lost 4 to 6 kilos in 8 weeks. Andrew lost 8 kilos in 8 weeks. Emily, she lost like 5 or 6, and she's already pretty lean. Helen there, at the third to the right, Mum, she's like late 50s. She lost 4 kilos and quite a few pant size. Vanessa there in the top right corner also lost 4 kilos. Nat there at the bottom, absolute gun, total athlete. She lost 4 to 6 kilos when she did an 8-week challenge the first time. So you could be one of these results if you're looking to lose weight. I've got the solution for you. The challenge is $129. I think it's like less than, it comes down to like $16 per week or something like that. It's super affordable. If you're interested, then click the link below, sign up. It starts the 15th of August. As soon as you sign up, within 24 hours, I'm going to contact you to set up a time so that we can do a consult and we can get started. So I look forward to hearing from you, and see you on the other side.